最亮的星，能否听清那仰望的人心底的孤独和叹息？能否记起曾与我同行消失在风里的身影？我祈祷拥有一颗透明的心灵和会流泪的眼睛，给我再去相信的勇气。哦，越过谎言去拥抱你。每当我找不到存在的意义，每当我迷失在黑夜里，哦，夜空中最亮的星，请指引我靠近你。
Thank you all for joining us. It's so good to see some familiar faces, some new faces. Please give us a few more moments while we wait for people to join us. Bless you.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. We will start in a second, but if you would like to, could you kindly change the name of your Zoom to your name and maybe the city that you are currently joining us from? Okay, I think we'll start and we can see people come in as we go. Hello, everyone. My name is Moe Sasaki, and I want to welcome you all to our very, very first online NARPI. It's so good to have you and to really see new and also some old faces. So thank you for joining us. Before we start, I want to ask you, I just mentioned it a little bit ago, but if you could kindly change your name, the Zoom name, to the name you want to be called and where you are joining us from, that would be wonderful. I would love to get to know where you're all from. I already see like Australia, Nanjing, England, Hiroshima, Saitama, Korea. That's wonderful. Thank you. And before we get right into the program, I also want to share that we will be recording this session. So if you are uncomfortable with having your face shown, please, you can turn your video off. But please also know that for our smaller sessions, the breakout rooms, these will not be recorded. So you can feel free to share your video there if you feel comfortable. Okay. So please also, while we have this program, feel free to share messages on the chat. I'm sure many of you are seeing faces that you haven't seen for a long time. And if you see new people, also feel free to say a warm hello to our new participants. So before we get started, I would like to share our program for today. Just a quick review or summary. So We will start first by introducing ON, which is Online NARPI, and also NARPI, which is the Northeast Asia Regional Peacebuilding Institute, which is kind of the body that Online NARPI is a part of. After that, we will be looking back together. As you know, today is August 14, which is a day before August 15, a day that has many different meanings and many different feelings for those of us in Northeast Asia and beyond. So we would like to take a moment to share that together. After that, we will join to get to know each other, who we are and where we're coming from, also what brought us here. And we'll be sharing some time for all of us to go into small groups and try and get to have some conversation. After that, we will have another breakout session, which is looking to the future together. We are wanting to create Online NARPI as kind of a communal sharing and learning community. So we want to really hear from you what you hope Online NARPI to be, and really create this online community together. And finally, after all of that, we will also be sharing some of the programs that we have ready coming up in the next few months. So without further delay, I would like to pass on to Natsuha, who will be introducing Online NARPI to us.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining today. We are very happy to have you here. I'm Natsuha. I am facilitating this workshop along with Moe today. Really nice to meet you all. So now I would like to talk about what is ON exactly. So ON is Online NARPI, as Moe just shared. And it is a project that we started this year newly to create a new opportunity with the wider community of NARPI. So it is a series of workshops online with the purpose of learning and sharing the topics that are important to peace building in our daily lives and in the region of Northeast Asia. So starting with this very first workshop today, we will be running several online workshops until March 2022. As Moe also mentioned, ON is not a training program, but rather a space or platform to learn together and share together and build a community. So each workshop will focus on learning about and becoming aware of different issues that are important to peace building and that we are facing in everyday life with or without realizing. So as you have joined today, we welcome anyone as a participant who is from the region of Northeast Asia or living in the region or deeply connected to the region or with special care for this region. We welcome diverse perspectives from all of the participants to build this community of learning. So we think that talking about the peace building issues in our daily life in this new community of people who are gathering today and who are connected through the region of Northeast Asia has a very meaningful impact on our future peace building and networking in the region. So, and as this opportunity opens doors to wider and deeper connections, we hope this becomes a space where we can continue our community of learning. We also consider ON an opportunity for the younger or even newer generations of peace builders and peace thinkers to design and lead the workshops, as it is a learning experience for all of us. So at the end of the session today, I will also talk about the opportunity and the next workshops planned. So now to give you the background of where ON actually started, we invite Atsuhiro Katano, the chair of the steering committee of NARPI, to share with you what NARPI is.
Okay, let me share my slide with you. It is my great pleasure to see you all on screen. I am Hiro Katano, joining this event from Sapporo, Hokkaido. On behalf of the steering committee, I'd like to welcome all of you to NARPI, Northeast Asia Regional Peacebuilding Institute. Warm welcome to those who join us for the first time. To the former participants and repeating participants, so nice to see you again. To those who worked with us with various roles, such as volunteers, organizing staff, intern, facilitators, and resource persons, language supporters, local coordinators, etc., etc. Once again, we appreciate your dedication and commitment. And finally, allow me to express our gratitude to our generous donors who have faithfully supported our program. Thank you for your generosity and solidarity with our vision and mission. Yes, NARPI is a group of people who shared a vision. We envision that Northeast Asia should be a peaceful region. Here is our official vision. And I would like you to take notice of the adjectives rather than nouns. Nonviolence, cooperation, and peace are all too important, too popular. But we'd like to seek peace in a way that is active rather than passive, mutual rather than top-down, and lasting rather than temporary. I believe these aspects have made our program a unique contribution to the various peace initiatives in our region. The idea of organizing NARPI began with a simple question. While we have so many military trainings taking place in Northeast Asia, why we have no peace building training available here? Jaeon Lee, NARPI Executive Director, started networking those who share the question. In 2010, the steering committee began organizing the program. From 2011 to 2019, we held summer peace building trainings every August. We have offered training courses about conflict transformation, peace education, trauma awareness and care, restorative justice, gender issues, art-based approach, security issues, and so on. We changed places every year and learned from their local history through field studies. We had 375 participants, 26 facilitators, and 30 volunteers in the past training. As I look back our 10-year-long journey together, we have heard stories of violence, stories of war and militarism, as well as stories of trauma, racism, sexual abuse, poverty, hate speech, environmental damages, and other kinds of harm through generations. Although the voices are diverse and different, I feel we have received the same message. No more, never again. What can we do to respond to the common message? What do we need to do with the past in a region? What do we need to change from following the same way in the past to pioneering a new way to the future? I hope you keep their voices as we look back our history together. Once again, welcome to NARPI. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Hiro-san. Thank you, Natsuha, for a wonderful introduction. As Hiro said, we have this vision in NARPI to really answer to our issues in nonviolence and in peace. And one thing that we really think, especially as we organize online NARPI, was the importance to reflect together, not only in joy, but also in times of sadness or in times of remembrance. And so something that we wanted to do before we start our session, or before at the very start of our session, is to look back together. And it's our hope that to share both our past and our future together. And as I mentioned earlier, because today is August 14, we thought it was important to share a time of reflection. With this in mind, we have prepared a moment to kind of reflect together with some words for guidance. And we shared this with you through the email yesterday. And maybe you've had time to look at it, maybe you haven't, but we would like to share it with you now. Thank you, Natsuha. So we have this quote that we found. We were trying to look for good words to guide us in our reflection today. But this is something we thought was very fitting for us. So we have two quotes, and both of them are from Judith Butler. But let me read it for us, and you can read it along. So this first quote from the book, Precarious Life, The Powers of Mourning and Violence, says, "Is there something to be gained from grieving, from tarrying with grief, from remaining exposed to its unbearability, and not endeavoring to seek a resolution for grief through violence? If we stay with the sense of loss, are we left feeling only passive and powerless, as some might fear? Or are we rather returned to a sense of human vulnerability, to our collective responsibility for the physical lives of one another?" So we thought this first quote captured the multi-layered essence of reflection that we wanted to bring to this session. And you are, of course, welcome to see it and interpret it the way you would like. And for our second quote, we also wanted to share these words from Judith Butler. This is from Doubting Love that she wrote. So, love is not a state, a feeling, a disposition, but an exchange, uneven, fraught with history, with ghosts, with longings that are more or less legible to those who try to see one another with their own faulty vision. And in a moment, I would like to invite the members today who are gathered to take a minute of silence to remember August 15. And please take a time to remember in a way that you feel comfortable, and remember from kind of the positionality that you are in. We are gathered here today with lots of nationalities and backgrounds and experiences, and we want to hold this time to really appreciate and accept those different backgrounds, and also share together in silence as we remember August 15. And we thought that perhaps the second quote from Judith Butler really is a wonderful way to guide us in this reflection. So I would like to ask us to join just for 1 minute You can close your eyes or turn your video off, lie down, whatever you feel comfortable, for a moment of reflection. Please allow me to turn my video off while I do this. So I will let you know when 1 minute is over. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining in this remembrance together. I see a heart in the video. Thank you for that. In our next session, we want to go into breakout rooms. And we think that it would be a wonderful way for you to get to know each other, but also take a moment to share about the reflection that you just had. We will go into about groups of maybe 4 to 5, 6 people, and you will have a facilitator who will help with the discussion. So I hope that you'll have a wonderful time there. Get to see faces a little bit closer, I think. And we hope that you'll have a little bit of time to be able to share maybe some of the reflections you had in the minute of reflection. So if I think, Aya, you could send us into our breakout rooms, that would be wonderful.
I think maybe a few more people are coming back now. So we just give it a moment. Okay. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a nice time meeting each other and also sharing your reflections. I believe different emotions and thoughts and feelings came up during the moment of reflection together, also in the breakout room. So now we would like to hear from you about what kind of keywords or feelings came up in each group after our reflection together. So the presenter for the group can decide what to share. There is no need to make a summary or cover everything that's discussed inside the breakout room. And you can just share only a part of the conversation that felt meaningful to you or is a highlight for you. So for example, just one keyword or some keywords or just a feeling that you got while talking or listening in the group is okay. So I invite each group's presenter to share for about 1 minute, very shortly. So I welcome whichever group that wants to share first. Would anyone like to go and share with us what you talked about or what kind of feelings came up? Oh, I see raised hands. Is it Hiro-san?
Yes. Our group shared many emotions and mixed feelings. The mixed feelings are the words which came up a couple of times during the session. And some are positive and some are negative. And we also noticed that even a single emotion like grief can be both positive and negative in various ways. So we exchanged these feelings a lot. And this process of exchanging is also a kind of time of sympathy and our compassion to sharing our mixed feelings. These are the things that I got the main as a primary impression of our meeting.
Thank you, Hiro-san, for sharing. I resonate so much with what you just shared. I feel like this feeling is very complicated and very mixed as well. So it's quite difficult to explain in one word as well. But then if we share together, we also learn from other perspectives, and then also our feelings become more explained and then becomes more clear, or maybe more mixed as well. So it's very interesting to exchange these feelings. And also in my group, the word positive came up, but what you said, that it's a very mix of positive and negative and also other feelings. It's, yeah, I really feel connected to what you just shared. So does any other group resonate with what Hiro-san just shared, or connect to what he said, or anything that you can relate and share with us? Any group who wants to go? Yeah, please.
Hi, I'm Victor from India. So in my group, basically, we resonated with what other groups mentioned and spoke about. There were a lot of things and emotions that are coming up, and what we tried to do, we tried to hold them together with a sense of gentle hope and firm responsibility. And we thought, and I felt that it is the connection which crosses the borders of country. We traveled from Canada to India, to Korea, to Japan. And so it is the connection that helps us to hold on to so many things, which is sometimes difficult and sometimes light.
Thank you, Victor. Connection beyond the borders. It's very beautifully put as well. Anyone wants to find connection with what he just said, or any other group to share? Yes.
Yes, thank you. So I'm from maybe group 7. So we share the feelings among our teams, and the Jay shared his word is exciting, because he can see the new friends and old friends. And my word is also exciting, because I joined the first training of NARPI in Seoul, and also the first online trainings. And Yomiko, her word is nervous, because it is her first time to join the NARPI training. And also Yahui, her word is curious. He is curious to see the NARPI online training. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Also, there's very mixed feelings in the group as well about joining today. Kaya?
Our group also didn't have a lot of time to discuss the quotes, but we spent a lot of time introducing ourselves and met multiple new people. And so we used our time to get to know one another, but then quickly shared some words of imagination, hopeful, positive, peaceful, and thoughtful, before we were brought back into the big group.
Hopefully we can explore those words as well later today. Thank you, Kaya. Detin?
Yes, our group, I'm number 2, and we have the words like water, wind, love and happy rainy day from the happy rainy day to sunny day. And also we have these words like turbulence, which is kind of mixed feelings. Like we don't know what is going to be like you sailing at the first day. But like I want to like use the water term. It's like the water can be kind of harsh, also can be smooth, but it also can be firm and fluid. Like whatever forms our relationships are, we are still connected. At least we are connected at this sharing space. So it's calm mostly.
Thank you, Dating, for sharing and also connecting to what other people shared as well and expanded on it too. Is there anyone else who would like to share from other groups? Ace?
Hi, good afternoon in our region. Good afternoon from the Philippines. I am Ace Fiesta. I hail from Central Mindanao in Philippines. And yes, in our group, we shared our stories, reflecting on the quotes that was given. We pointed out that grieving is really important in that because we need to be mindful, of course, of our feelings so that in order for it to be processed, in order for it to be overcome, we need to be mindful that this is the feeling and grieving is part of that feeling. And after that grieving, forgiveness follows. And reflecting on it too, we see feelings of hope and positivity because we do not really get to succumb to our grieving, but hence we move forward, and that's what peace building is all about. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your keywords, mindful and forgiveness, and also others. Would anyone else like to share for other groups? Did all the groups share already?
I don't think so, but there was no volunteer from our group, so I don't know what to do. Well, I'll do it. I was a facilitator. Thank you very much, everybody. It's really nice to see all of your faces. And we talked about, I think most of us were the middle-aged generation. So we were talking about what can we do? What can I do for the region? And Detin, don't laugh. You have this laughing face on the screen, and but that's okay. That's the reality. And we were talking a bit about the passing on to the next generation and how can we do that. So thank you.
Thank you, Coco, for sharing. Are we missing any other group that haven't shared yet, or all of us shared? Yes? Okay, thank you so much for sharing your reflections on keywords and feelings that came up in the breakout room, everyone. So now over to you, Moe.
Thank you, Natsa. Thank you, everyone, for sharing. The word that I shared in the breakout room was turbulence, because I felt a little bit nervous about asking all of you to kind of reflect and share about these things, but I was also very comforted and felt warm after hearing everyone kind of share a little bit about what they're thinking and the feelings they're having. So thank you so much about that. So recently I've been reading a lot about memory and remembering and what that means and why it's important and the role it also plays in peace building. And one word that I think seems to come up often in my reading and in talking with people is the word recognition. And I think this is always so difficult sometimes because we all have different memories of the past, I think. And some of these memories might be private, and some of them might be shared with people who we often think of as the same person or the same group as us. And I think the challenge really comes when we start to reach out across differences and to do what I think a lot of us have heard, the work of memory, or to start sharing the differences that we have in the memories and really talking about why that might be different. And I hope that as a community, this online NARPI, we can be a community that does this challenging and sometimes difficult work of working on memory and to share, even though we have differences. And one thing I think that's necessary for that is not just to look back, but also to look forward. Because I think, memory is not just something for the past, but it's something for the future as well. And it guides us and it informs us. And so with those words, I want to kind of bring us into our next work, which is to think about the future and think about online NARPI together. This first session, as you have already probably seen, is really to try and get to know each other a little bit and also share the kind of space that we want online NARPI to be. So to do that, we also want to welcome you to think about NARPI together and what you think might be possible with online NARPI. So in the following section, we're going to go into the second breakout room. This will also be about 15 minutes. And our hope is that you'll have the chance to see and talk with other groups of people. So we'll mix the group a little bit again. And you'll be asked to think about, you'll be asked to think about why did you join on and what brought you here. Sorry, I skipped a little bit, but before we think about the future together, I would like us to spend a little time to also introduce what brought you here. So breakout room 2, as Natsuha has shared into the chat, is introduce yourself and also why did you join on today. And I think we can get to know new faces again in the second breakout room. So please join the breakout room when it is shared, and I hope you'll have some good discussions there as well. Please let me share our third breakout room instructions. I was a little ahead of myself giving instructions earlier, but this third session, we want to together think about the question, what do we see for ON? What do we see for the future of ON? And again, if you could share one word to describe what you're hoping for ON in the future, tell us a little bit about why you chose this word. And if time allows, it would be wonderful if your breakout room members could ask questions to each other to clarify, what is this that you see for ON? And this is really a question to start thinking together how we can build this community. So the instructions have been shared on breakout room on the chat. So please look at that, and we will send you right off to breakout room 3. Bye-bye.
Bye. See you soon. Oh, there's a nice music going on as well. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a very nice experience meeting and connecting with each other again, with old and new friends together through the 3 breakout room sessions. So we wonder what kind of words came up to express your hope for ON project. So please share your one word with us by clicking the link that's shared by Moe in the chat right now and type in the word that you chose, please. So we can look at the collection of words all together in the end.
Right.
So
Natsuha, can you repeat again that instruction? I think for some people it's kind of difficult to catch up the speed.
Thank you, Kyoko. Of course. So the one word that you expressed as a hope for this project, Online NARPI, can you please type in that one word into the link that's shared in the chat? I'll give you a moment to do that.
And when you type it, you can click submit and something magical will happen later.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right, and then what do?
If we need any language support, please ask. 日本語でヘルプが必要とかありましたらおっしゃってください。Or maybe we can type it in the chat box.
Yeah, you can type it in your own language as well if you would like.
Yeah, of course. Any language welcome.
Yeah. Or if you're finding it difficult to access the link, you can also put it into the chat on Zoom and we can put it in, I think.
Yes, only one word each person, please. Okay. All right, thank you for typing in your word. We are going to look at it together later. And then I think we can also talk about the next workshop if there's no other questions about this. Yes, okay. So in the meantime, so let me introduce the next two workshops of ON that are coming up soon. I'm gonna share the screen to share with you right now. Okay. So the second ON workshop is on September 11th, Saturday again, from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Seoul, Tokyo time always. Dialogue on the COVID-19 pandemic, working towards peace and justice together. So while this pandemic has impacted and changed our lives and society, in the middle of this rapid change, many issues related to peace, violence, human rights, and justice emerged, also in our daily life and the region of Northeast Asia. This workshop will be a space to have conversations and share the experiences and also the concerns of people in and from Northeast Asia, and to build a community to work together to create a space, create peace and justice in this time of pandemic. So the workshop will be a World Cafe style, which is a space to have a dialogue in smaller groups and discuss several topics together, like at a cafe. So, and the registration link is shared on the chat as well. So we welcome all of you to sign up for this next workshop. Please join us. And the third workshop is on October 16th, again, Saturday, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Tokyo Seoul time, and becoming aware of broken relationships. So the core of peace building is relationship building, and it is important to talk about relationship building in our daily life. But before talking about healthy relationships, it is necessary to take time to become aware of broken relationships that we are facing to be able to rebuild and restore them. So given this workshop will focus on providing a space to explore relationship building issues in our daily life and become aware of broken relationships we might be dealing with. So the main facilitation of this workshop will be carried out in English, but we would like to welcome all languages in the session. So we will send an email to those of you who signed up for further information about the next workshops, and also share information on NARPI website and Facebook page as well. And the links are in the chat as well. And we are going to send you another email as a reminder too. And on workshops will continue until March 2022, at least the first round of the workshops. And we are looking forward to continuing workshops that give us space to talk and learn about various peace building issues in the region with a focus on our daily life. So we are also trying to make this opportunity for the younger and newer generation to design and facilitate the workshops. So if you're interested in taking this opportunity to lead one of the future on workshops, you'd be very welcome to join us. So if you're interested, please contact us via email. Also, please share with your network about ON project so that it will help us to open doors to a new and wider groups of people and build this community of learning together. Thank you so much, everyone. So now over to Moe, and I'm gonna share the words that you shared with us.
Thank you very much, Natsuha. I also want to share before the link for the survey, the link for September workshop for you to look at now, and we'll of course share it to your email as well. So please look out for that. So we have already come to the end of this session. It was turbulent or peaceful or warm, exciting, hopefully encouraging time. And we really wanted to make this time kind of an opportunity for you to get to know online NARPy and get to know the people who are here today, and for you to also share with us how you see online NARPy for the future, because we want to really invite you, as I have said several times, to create this space together. So I hope that you've been able to kind of catch a snippet of what it might be like in the future. And here on the word cloud that you see are some words that you have written in for us. So I see words like collaboration, mutual understanding, exchange, sharing, treasure, education, not give up and keep on going, dialogue, and many other words. Thank you so much for writing this. And I think we're going to cherish these words as we continue to organize programs for the future. And as Natsuha said, it would be wonderful for to receive some volunteers that might want to be in the organizing seat with us. Before we end, it would be wonderful if we could take a few group photos. So Natsuha, if you could turn off the screen sharing, we'll share this link with you as well in the email, so you can look at it later as well. So our wonderful Mary will take some screenshots. So please keep your smiles for a few seconds, because we have—
Feel free to make some kind of something to make the photo more exciting.
You can do a little movement.
Okay, and we have a few. Okay, I think I've got everyone. Thank you.
Yay, thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
Thank you. So again, information for future online NARPy programs will be shared to you by email, and we would love for you to share it with your networks and your friends, and to continue building and sharing this community together. Thank you very much for joining us, and please, yes, come and join us next time in September when we have our session. Thank you. Thank you, Marian. Thank you, Aya, for the tech, and for our facilitators for supporting. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Moe, too. Thank you.
Thank
you.
Junko, are you there? I saw two of my friends from the Jeju Island. One from Taiwan. The other one is Junko from Japan. I think they left. I think they left. Okay.
Still here.
Oh, Junko's here.
Junko, nice to meet you.
See you again.
In the beginning, I didn't recognize you.
Me too.
You became very younger than before.
Next year, Mongolia.
Yeah, this year I really waiting for us to be in Mongolia, and so sorry that COVID cannot get.
So you invite everyone here to Mongolia, right? Thank you.
Yes.
It's like a NARPI alum night gathering too. Really good to see you all here. And also new friends.
Nice to hear you, Jay.
Before you all go, just let us hear your